Okay, Mark here. I'm diseased and I'm trying to make a small video, and wifey raises her eyebrows. She's not being the magically floating camera, but she's doing little chores around the house. And not the chores that you think, but it's involving plaster, hammers, all sorts of tools, you know, big DIY stuff. But yeah, what I wanted to talk about was this discussion that was going on about whether or not you prefer consoles or PCs for playing video games. And Lawnboyspost1975, he did a very nice response, and so did MaximumRD, Rob. And I think my response will be some sort of a cop-out, or perceived as some sort of a cop-out as well, because I actually, and someone is sneaking a bit of, yes, because I actually play on both pretty much. I was in the console camp for a long time because they offered a much better experience when it came to ease of use and not having to do all sorts of configuration. But today's consoles actually, well, I mean, the PlayStation, you really have to install the PlayStation 3. You really have to install and download several updates, eating into your hard drive space just as much as any PC game would, and registration, activation. I mean, it's not making console gaming any more user friendly than the PC side of things. And well, I agree with Rob, MaximumRD. If you haven't seen his video response, please go check that out as well. on a lot of points, PC being open source, being able to emulate other systems, and emulation is a whole different discussion in its own right. But yeah, being able to emulate, being able to play first-person shooters with a mouse and keyboard, you know, that really makes PC gaming quite interesting for me still. The downside of it is that you really have to invest a lot of money in order to have your PC, in order to give your PC the balls that it needs to be able to play all these games. Whereas your console, you just buy a console and you know that in 5 years' time, hopefully, you'll still be able to play the games with the same system. You know, the new games with the same system, and don't have to fork out for various upgrades. And also in that respect, actually, the consoles are losing out, because I think only the Wii, even the Wii with the Motion Plus, but Xbox Connect, PlayStation Move, they've all come out with various add-ons for the system. And I'm not sure whether or not there's any games that actually, you know, big games that make it actually mandatory, you know, for you to have a PlayStation Move or, you know, an Xbox Connect. Not sure about that, but for some reason that really makes consoles less and less different than PCs, because PCs, you really need to upgrade your graphics card to a DirectX 11 compatible card, and yeah, with the consoles, you know, you really have to have perhaps in the future have Kinect or have the PlayStation Move, and even with the 3DS, they're coming out with an extra analog knob, making it into some sort of PlayStation Vita-like thing. Not sure about that. But still, I like the ease of use. I'm a console gamer and I'm a PC gamer, and like MaximumRD said, I think a lot of it stems from not necessarily growing up on consoles alone. I mean, I grew up on the Magnavox Odyssey 2, the video pack, and then I moved on to Commodore 64, which basically was a computer. So I was playing video games on home computers or computers back in the day, and when I got a PC, naturally I wanted to play games on it, and even programmed my own attempts at programming some games. And when I got rid of my PC XT, I got a 486 and with a VGA card, and there was a ton of games out there that just totally drew me in, like Dune, Doom, other first-person shooters, Blakestone, all the id or ID games, RPGs, strategy games, computer role-playing games. A lot of those had precursors in the CJ Hercules PC XT video era, which I also played games in. But yeah, for me, PC gaming really took off when I had my 486, and it was in the early 90s. And I actually, I mean, and even back then, I got my MSX2 system out of storage. I actually got a Famiclone system. I ended up getting a SNES. I ended up getting a Mega Drive at the same time, because you know, in my mind, I mean, all these things, they have CPUs, they have graphic chips. They basically all are computers, but the consoles don't have a keyboard. They aren't open source or an open platform. They're closed, but basically are the same. And yeah, sometimes they're better equipped at playing games than some systems are better equipped at playing certain games than others. So it's not a big deal. So yeah, I have them both, and I actually keep my computer pretty much up to date. I wasn't buying or I wasn't keeping up a game system for a long time. So I just had an Acer desktop, and I was just using Windows and word processing, and I was just, you know, I was just surfing the web, doing some video editing, and I just couldn't help myself, and I actually built my own PC again. Got a better graphics card, and just because I wanted to play certain games that just aren't available on the console world, and I built that PC I think about 5 years ago, and now certain games won't run anymore, and the DirectX card, the graphics card is a DirectX 10 card, and it's an NVIDIA card. So I mean, I am in for a major upgrade when it comes to PC gaming. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it though, because it's spending a ton of money on something that actually still works. You know, I can play emulators on it. I can do video editing on it, and it actually still works. So why would I invest, you know, £1,000, £1,000, $1,000, €1,000 on something that will just allow me to play games, and for the rest just does anything else just as good, or perhaps even a bit faster than any other stuff I'm doing, and the other computers I have. So, you know, that's my 2 cents on the PC versus console gaming thing. And yeah, if you haven't checked out Lawnboyspost1975's video response, or MaximumRD's video response, please do, because they have something very interesting to say. Okay, Mark signing off, and I'll be back with another video soon.